What do you think about, I know there was a rumor that they were saying that you stopped messing with him at one point because of 50-50? Is there water? Where did the water come from? What? What is the question? The who? 50-50. Remember they were saying that you said he was cheap? Or they were saying that you were...
Oh, the splitting the bills.
The splitting 50-50, yeah. The 50-50 rumor. What was the tea on that?
Yeah, do I look like anybody that would split anything?
So you guys broke up at that point because...
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But he addressed that too, though. That was, I don't even know why that even became a thing. Yeah, that was never an issue in our relationship, but it was definitely a rumor on the internet.
My first question is, what does someone who does go 50-50 look like? Because see, I heard everybody basically questioning why Kayla Nicole, who I've never heard of, by the way, and I watch sports. I don't sit here and I don't sit down and watch, ESPN all day long. So I don't know the different journalists, every journalist that comes on. But obviously we know the more popular and notable ones like Stephen A. Smith and the, Shannon Sharps and what have you. But I didn't know who Kayla Nicole was until the fallout from her attachment to Travis Kelce, the football player. I did not know I swear to God, I did not know who Kayla Nicole was. I've heard that she's a sports analyst. I've heard that she's an Instagram model. I've heard that she's a brand ambassador with her own clothing line. Listen, I don't know. I don't know who she is. I still haven't looked her up to this day because I don't really care. But let's get to the real problem here. Because people are questioning, y'all was mad, people really attacking her because she said she don't go 50-50. No, that's not all she did. That's not all she did. That's not all she did. It was the way she did it. It was the way you, listen, it's your delivery. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the Cosby Show? Y'all remember when, Bill Cosby had to sit down with Alvin? And he basically had to tell Alvin, listen, it's not what you said, it's your delivery. And he basically told him, like, listen, your delivery, you delivered your words on a trash can lid. So basically, he's like, hey, you can go and get a steak, make a nice meal. He asked him what his favorite food was. Steak. He said, oh yeah, you like a big steak, right? Big steak, meaty, juicy. He said, now you go get the steak, you get your potatoes, you get your sides, and you get all your fixings, and you serve it up on a trash can lid. He basically said that is how Alvin was serving up his words to Denise. And it's the same thing here. It's how you deliver something. Your delivery matters. Your delivery has impact. How you say things matter. You can't just say things and then and say it unabashedly and then also worry about the fallout afterwards and how people are perceived. You cannot dictate how people perceive what it is that you're saying. You have no agency over that. You can't control that. What she just said was nasty. And then, at the same time, she decided to hold every other woman that has decided to go 50-50. Who the fuck is Kayla Nicole? I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care what your face looks like. If your attitude is trash, throw the whole person out. We've given asylum to these types of women. We've given crazy leeway to these types of women who come out here, openly say shit like this, and then they just go on with their careers, still pandering and still begging for attention and shit, and still using y'all, the same people that they stepped over, the same people that's buying they shit, because it's not millionaires that's making her brand better. No, you're marketing your brand to ordinary people. And some of those women that she's marketing to, from my understanding, are fitness people. But guess what those fitness people might be? Those fitness women that buy your brand and buy your shit might be women that go 50-50 and you just shitted on them. Live on air on an Angel Reese podcast. These two are perfect for each other. They're perfect for each other. Perfect. You just shitted on all women who have decided to go 50-50. And the crazy thing about it is you've never heard a Beyonce say some shit like this. You've never seen Beyonce act like this. You've never heard Rihanna come out and say, I'm not going 50-50. I'm not doing that shit. You've never heard somebody like Kelly Rowland, who is beautiful, come out and say, I don't do 50-50. They carry themselves with grace. And while she's sitting up here on this podcast trying to act like she carries herself with the same amount of grace, no, you're coming off as a moron. You're coming off very unlikable. And it makes you ugly. Your attitude makes you ugly. Your words can make you ugly. It could turn a pretty person into a fucking loser. Even if you felt this way, why would you say it on a public platform and then continue and then in the process shit on everybody else and every other woman that does go 50-50 in their household? But see, these people don't care. Kayla Nicole don't care about the person that's buying her shit. What would you be without sales? What would you be without people actually buying and pouring into your brand? You'd be nothing. You owe those people that's paying 50-50. The same people that's supporting and propping up your fucking business. But see, we've given asylum to these types of women so they can get online and be arrogant in how they speak, and be arrogant in what they're saying, and be arrogant in how they act. It's your arrogance that makes you extremely unlikable. It's your arrogance that makes you extremely ugly to me and off-putting to other people. See, we get this idea that because we make a lot of money, right? Because we pretty privileged, that you could just come online, get on social media, run off at the mouth and say what it is, say whatever it is that you want to say. And you feel that way again because America has given asylum to women like this. We foster these types of attitudes where you think you can just come out here, say brass shit, and nothing can happen to you. We only heard about you because of who you were attached to. Talking about, do I look like somebody that goes 50-50? What the fuck does somebody that looks like 50-50, what do they look like then? What does that person look like since you decided to shit all over them? Going 50-50 is so bad. It's girl math here. It's girl math. Because you, instead of rather going 50-50, you would rather pay for 100% of everything. That's stupid as hell to me. Y'all can never make that make sense. Girl math. I'd rather pay for 100% of everything than go 50-50. Are you dumb? Shut your goofy ass up. You sound crazy. You sound like somebody that doesn't need to be in a relationship. And if this is the attitude that she was exhibiting while she was in it, then hell yeah. Goodbye. You go ahead and get to paying that 100% then. Because I don't need you over here soaking up my resources, soaking up my money, soaking up my funds. What is wrong with people? And again, you don't hear people that have other women that have pretty privilege talking and speaking in this manner. You don't hear them. Even if they feel that way, they keep it inside. This is why everybody don't need to be running up and jumping on podcasts, opening up their mouth and saying shit. Because I am grateful. We should all be grateful. You give a person leeway, you give them the runway, and just let them run off at the mouth. I am grateful that women like Kayla Nicole are out here running off at the mouth, letting the world know who they really are inside. A nasty individual, arrogant individual. So I am really, really glad that she's open enough to let everybody know who she really is and how she really is and how undateable she really is in a relationship. I hope that she never, ever, ever, ever finds love. I swear to God. I hope that she never, ever, ever. She can pay, I hope that she has to pay 100% for the rest of her life. That's what she deserves. Swear to God. She deserves for the rest of your life, pay 100. You didn't want to pay 50-50? Pay 100% from here on out then. Go get a cat. Because the narrative is, the narrative can't be, I don't need men, I got my own bag, I got my own money, I don't need a man, I don't need to depend on a man for resources. But also, at the same time, I'm not going 50-50. Which is it? Which one is it? A man who is double-minded in all his ways. Same goes for goofy-ass women on podcasts. You double-minded. You don't know if you coming or going. On one hand, you don't need men because you a strong black woman with her own bag. But on the other hand, I don't want to pay for shit though. Which is it? The entitlement here is crazy to me. The arrogance here is crazy to me, all because you got a pretty face. You a fucking dime a dozen in this world. Tomorrow there'll be another one better than you. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. It's crazy to me that women get on platforms like this, open up their mouth and parade their finances around as if they don't need nobody else financially. But in the same token, they want to depend on a man for all the resources and everything that comes into the household to take care of shit that needs to get done. Make it make sense. These two are perfect for each other. These two are perfect for each other. And Angel Reese is basically sitting here saying that she could take lessons from this. You go ahead. Because you could be out here just like her, paying 100% of everything. Which apparently for Angel Reese is a whole lot of money, because she's paying $8,000 in rent every single month. On a WNBA contract where she's making $80,000? But we're going to get into that next. I just think it's insane for you to have this type of attitude and then publicly display your nastiness for everybody to see without a care in the world. And then when the backlash comes from the things that you've said, all of a sudden you're a victim. No. Keep that same attitude you had when you were so arrogant and pompous on a podcast. Keep that same attitude. Men, take notes. Stay away from these types of women 1,000%. Somebody that ain't willing to get into the trenches with you and get shit done. Y'all keep listening to people like Yada Awakening if y'all want to. Find yourselves out here fucking alone and paying 100% of everything. I'll see y'all in the next.